MMA fans, why don't you understand what a split decision is? Anytime you see a close fight and it ends in a unanimous decision, you will hear some dummy in the room say, "What? Unanimous decision? That had to have been a split decision." That literally makes no sense. And let me explain to you why so that you guys finally understand it. A unanimous decision means all three judges watched the fight and they all came to the conclusion that the same fighter won. Now their scores might be split up. Judge number 1 might have said 29-28. Judge number 2 might have said 30-27. Judge number 3 might have said 30-26. But they all agree that the same guy won the match. In a majority decision, you have two judges say the one guy won the fight and one judge said that the fight was a draw. Again, the scores can be completely different. Judge number 1 might have said 30-27. Judge number 2 might have said 29-28. Judge number 3 might have said 29-29. And then a split decision. This is the one that seems to confuse you guys. A split decision has nothing to do with whether the fight was close or not. A split decision just means that two judges thought one guy won and the other judge thought that the other guy won. A unanimous decision can be a closer fight than a split decision. Now, I have explained this to you guys several times, and I have still had certain people reach out to me and say, well, if it doesn't make sense to say that this fight should have been a split decision and it was a unanimous decision, then you explain to me why this fight was a unanimous decision and not a split decision. So I didn't make that argument. I said that it makes no sense to say that a unanimous decision should have been a split decision, not the other way around. It would make sense if the fight should have been unanimous because you can say, hey, why did one of the judges think that fighter won the fight? All three judges should have thought that guy won the fight because it was pretty clear cut. And if you say, oh, that fight shouldn't have been unanimous, it should have been split, well, then what you're saying is that one of the judges should have thought the other guy won. That just doesn't make any sense. And if you are one of the people who made that argument to me, not only is it just a cognitive issue on your part, that you just can't understand what we're talking about here, but your inability to distinguish between me saying that it makes no sense for you to say that unanimous decision should have been a split decision, as opposed to you saying that that fight should have been a unanimous and not a split decision, just means that you're probably never going to get it.